mean, for a minute, but it feels like you've become this overnight sensation, which isn't true, right? You've been putting in work for the longest, but people have a lot of questions like, who is Evan Kraft? You know, where were you born and where did you grow up?
I was born in Southern California. Grew up in Southern California in Thousand Oaks.
Yeah.
It's a really nice, quaint suburban town. But my dad was the director of a homeless shelter. And so we go into LA a lot, and he actually lives now in LA, but runs a incredible nonprofit. And so I learned Spanish because I was interacting with a lot of the guests from Central America and just fell in love with Latin culture. And then took a trip to Mexico. God changed my life, changed the direction of everything I was doing. And eight full years traveling pretty much full time in Latin America. And so like overnight success, you know, one of my best friends says overnight success takes 10 years.
Yeah.
So it's been a lot of work. It's been incredible, but I'm here for the long haul.
Hey,
that's
praise
awesome.
God.
Well, and since you said that you grew up in California and your parents are still there, where are your parents originally from? Are they from California?
They're from a nice Spanish city called Ventura, California.
Ventura. That's real Spanish right there.
It's just north of LA. No, so my family doesn't speak Spanish, and they're not Hispanic. I am the first person to learn Spanish in my family.
Wow.
That's impressive. You said your parents don't even know Spanish even in this moment.
No.
Wow.
So what, you stated that you're not Hispanic. Your father ran a homeless shelter, which he still runs.
Yeah.
What encouraged you or inspired you to say, okay, I want to learn about the Hispanic culture. I want to learn the language. I want to connect with people in a different language? Because you didn't have to do that. You could have had a translator.
Yeah. Well, I was talking to somebody yesterday, and it was a kind of a joke, but real, you know, if you can't beat them, join them. So, but there's so many people in LA. LA is 60% Spanish speaking.
Wow.
You go to Texas, and I think 38% of people in Texas are Spanish speaking. I moved to Florida, where I don't even know the percentages there. And then I moved in, lived in other places where it was so convenient. And, there's that side of it where, but I really I would hear, love your neighbor as yourself, but how do I love my neighbor if I can't speak with my neighbor? And, my neighbors here in Nashville across the street from me are from Mexico, the Dominican Republic. And, we've been able to connect more because I speak Spanish and understand their culture more than, my other neighbors that are from Australia. And so, it's a huge asset and tool for the gospel when, especially when you're young and I was very focused. I was like a nerd. I was like reading Chronicles of Narnia in Spanish in high school. I didn't know what God was preparing for, preparing me for, but I knew that there was a direction in my life that I needed to prepare for. And so I was learning Spanish, and I had no idea that it was going to open up so many doors. The more you prepare yourself, the more, opportunity, they say that luck is when opportunity meets, what is it? Like timing meets opportunity or something like that.
Yeah. You're preaching this morning.
What did you say?
So you're preaching this morning.
Some good stuff.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And so, that's just, I think that there's a generation that needs to be reminded that like hard work pays off.
Yeah.
And like doing, I was doing hard things and sacrificing, and it's not all about partying and like, whatever. Like I went to college and got a degree in Spanish. I went and lived in Spain and Costa Rica and pursued God while I did it. And but I never would have imagined that God would have taken me all over Latin America. I've literally spent months in Argentina, Chile, Bolivia, in Spain, in Colombia, in Mexico, like all these places, and made friendships. And I think that if people could see that part of it when they were in Spanish class, 1, 2, 3, they would understand that it's not just going to help them order at Taco Bell.
Right.
It's gonna actually.
Right. And they wouldn't just take Spanish class for the cute girl or the cute boy.
There's a bigger purpose for it.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a bigger purpose. And you've been saying it takes preparation, and you didn't know what you were doing at 12 years old, how you started reading all these Spanish novels and then eventually in college. And you started writing music about that same age, about 12. Do you remember anything that you wrote? And if you do, can you sing it for us or play a little bit?
Oh man, like when I was 12, not at all. I did write a song in high school called Vampire Girl.
Okay.
Do you remember any of it?
That's a really deep cut. I remember the whole thing.
Is that no pun intended?
That's heartbreak. That's heartbreak for you.
Who broke your heart? Who hurt you, Evan? Who hurt you? Do you remember any of the Vampire Girl lyrics?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. This is on the process of learning to be a songwriter, expressing myself. Just want to put that out there.
Listen, you've written so many great classics now and so many great songs now. We're not gonna hold it to you. We're not gonna count it against
somebody
you.
Somebody get this Vampire Girl away from me. I'm not into people that are bloodthirsty.
Oh.
Yeah.
That really is deep.
Yeah. I was hurt.
Hey. You might have to bring that back, release that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think there's some better worship songs that came after that.
Thank God for that.